But this is where it gets interesting, because an update from Nerd City shows that on December 1st, YouTube appears to have removed the excluded ads tag, but without denying the conclusions of the report. This seems to indicate the censorship and suppression is real and YouTube would prefer to hide it. A few days ago, a YouTube channel called Nerd City made a video talking about potential censorship and something called excluded ads, how they're tracking demonetization on YouTube. Now, this video is based on a report from a group called Carlaplan. Carlaplan analyzed nearly 1 million videos and found certain codes. There was a tag called excluded ads, and you could see these codes like 102, 104, 109, 113, 115, and they mean things like profanity, sexually suggestive content, sensational and shocking, tragedy and conflict, sensitive social issues, etc. They did a comparison on the number of views versus the amount of videos that were demonetized and found that if your video has less views, it is more likely to be sandbagged heavily. That the idea is that videos that get more views are more likely to be shared by other means, and so ultimately their conclusion is that YouTube is in fact censoring demonetized videos.
Such a significant difference can only be caused if YouTube is actively devaluing demonetized videos using some sort of function. So videos with lower viewership can't compete against monetized videos. But as the views gets higher, more and more videos are able to push through despite the devaluation, thereby causing the visible pattern in the graph, which otherwise would not exist.
What they officially said in their paper is YouTube seemingly has a system in place that systematically censors videos with the excluded ads labels 102, 104, 105, 106, 109, and 115. The excluded ads variables undoubtedly have a relation to the categories listed in Google AdWords reference, and there's a link to a website. Other variables seem to be related to the current user device, and others might be related to other demonetization categories not listed in the Google AdWords reference. They say, our personal guess within Carlaplan is an overall 30 to 40% suppression. We won't provide any evidence or motivate this guess, as it is simply a guess. Now, upon hearing this, there's a lot of things that I can't necessarily verify. I'm not familiar with this group, and ultimately when I did a source code search for this excluded ads tag, as they claim it exists in the code, I couldn't find it. But this is where it gets interesting, because an update from Nerd City shows that on December 1st, YouTube appears to have removed the excluded ads tag, but without denying the conclusions of the report. This seems to indicate the censorship and suppression is real and YouTube would prefer to hide it. Now, the last bit of that is opinion. We don't know why YouTube hid excluded ads, why it was removed from the source code, and it could just be that YouTube has consistently tried to hide how their algorithm works. They're scared that if people can understand the algorithm, they will manipulate it and it will create an unfair advantage for certain creators. People have talked about the censorship of demonetized videos for a long time, and I've been told time and time again that if a video is demonetized, it's not going to be recommended or promoted in any way, in which case you're better off just re-uploading and trying to figure out how to make a video that's not going to be demonetized. So let's take a look at some anecdotal personal evidence from me. In my analytics, we can see right here my video from yesterday, major failure by media retracted/corrected. As of 4 p.m. yesterday, it has around 22,000 views and is currently getting around 580 views every 60 minutes. So in the last 60 minutes, it got 580 views. Now we can look here and see that the first hour is the most important hour with 4,800 views, and then it slowly falls down, but in the morning, it starts to pick back up. So this is clearly people waking up and seeing the video and then watching it. Now let's look at this video right here just below it. Michael Flynn pleads guilty. Is the Russia probe heating up or burning out? This was a major breaking story, and when breaking news happens, you expect to get a bump in viewership because of so many people searching for these topics. Unfortunately, that was not the case for me. This video only got around 3,000 views in its first hour and slowly trails off and never recovered. So again, the comparison here is that what we're looking at just slowly fizzles out, where here we can see an uptick because there is presumably some kind of promotion going on. And after around 40 hours, as of the shooting of this video, we can see that it's only getting around 43 views in the past hour. Now, obviously, it's going to get less views because it's 2 days old, and this is a day old, and this is a breaking story. But it seems fair to say that this video that was demonetized for over 24 hours did relatively poorly compared to a video that was monetized. Keeping in mind, this video here, Michael Flynn pleads guilty, it has a full description, it has tags relating to social issues. You'd imagine more people would find the video based on searching for certain topics. Whereas Major Failure by Media Retracted Corrected has no description and no tags, but is still doing better. So what does this mean? Well, if you've seen the Nerd City video, they touch on this topic, but it means that new creators are in trouble. If your video is demonetized, it is not going to be promoted or shared, and presumably, that's what we think so far. YouTube has not commented on this. To a certain extent, I believe they have mentioned that videos would do poorer if they're demonetized. Now, for people who have less than 1,000 views, you cannot request a review of a video that's been demonetized. And that means if you have a new channel, if you are not getting around 1,000 views on your video, you can't remove the restrictions. Your videos will be sandbagged.
And keep in mind that the people that are the most affected can't even appeal their videos.
People often ask me, Tim, why do you use YouTube with all of these problems? And the reason is, YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. If they're recommending your videos to more people, you are going to grow your audience. You're going to be able to get more people to watch the videos you produce. I make news. I want people to watch them. YouTube is a great place to grow, to gain new subscribers, and to share information. But for new creators, this incentive is being removed. If you're not getting enough views, you're not going to be recommended at all. In which case, why bother using YouTube? You're going to need to find a way to promote yourself through other means. And maybe that's an alternative site. But if YouTube's not going to do it for you, why use it? You can use Minds. Minds is a great platform, and it's significantly easier to promote your video through there using their point system. To me, when I see an issue like this, it seems like we might be facing the tail end of YouTube. For creators like myself, who have managed to build up a decent following, my videos get more than 1,000 views. I can then tell YouTube, hey, you shouldn't demonetize this. And if I'm lucky, they might reinstate it, and then I won't be censored. If I'm unlucky, I'm being negatively impacted, as are many creators and very large creators. But if you're small, you're not going to get any benefits. So what's going to happen? As of today, we're going to see less creators succeed on the platform. In 5 to 10 years, will there be any new successful creators? Sure, but relative to the explosion of talent and creators we saw on YouTube since the inception of YouTube, probably not. It's going to start dwindling, and given a long enough time, if this trend continues, there will be no new talent born from YouTube. The era of the YouTuber may be coming to an end, and those that succeed on the platform probably got famous somewhere else. What worries me about this is that alternative media and news rely on platforms like YouTube, and discovery is extremely important for that. It feels like, with the way the media is going, with Jimmy Kimmel being propped up on trending while other creators are not being propped up on trending, certain videos are pushed into the limelight while others are restricted, and newer channels are being sandbagged. It seems like we're returning to a world of the broadcast tower, where the information was disseminated by only a small group of people. The internet allowed more people to have a voice and to rise up, and for alternative opinions and media to exist. But if we return to the past, if these problems persist, we're going to end up in a future where there's only going to be a few talking heads like it was 20 years ago. With the algorithm changes YouTube has made over the past several years, people have likened it to the treadmill speeding up over time. There was a point where you could make a video per month and be very, very successful. But then when the algorithm changed, now you need to start producing videos constantly if you don't want to be punished by the algorithm. Well, now we have the demonetization algorithm. And this is going to start punishing people who can't even appeal, who might be demonetized for incorrect reasons. The bots that are searching videos can make mistakes, and that's going to hold you back. And the treadmill has sped up to the point where it's throwing people off the back of it. Now, YouTube has not confirmed these findings with the excluded ads and these codes, and hopefully they are not true. Hopefully it's something else entirely. But at least for now, these are the conclusions being drawn. And if YouTube doesn't speak up and explain what's going on, this is the best assumption we can go with. That this group, Carlaplan, has put out this study. They've shown why they believe it to be true. Other people have verified certain aspects of their story, so they now believe it. And it looks like, even from my analytics, I am being sandbagged when my videos are demonetized. In fact, the funny thing out of all of this is that I made a video talking about the YouTube adpocalypse, literally just a video of me criticizing YouTube, and it was confirmed by manual review to be demonetized. So, yeah, kind of funny, right? I wonder why they demonetized that video. But let me know what you think in the comments below. We'll keep the conversation going. If you want to follow me for breaking news and live streams around the world, I am on Twitter at Timcast. If you want to support my work, go to timcast.com/donate. Give whatever you'd like or give nothing at all. My videos are always free and available every day at 4 p.m. And make sure to go to the description below and subscribe to my second channel, because with all of the problems happening at YouTube, I have a backup there. I also have a Minds account, I'm on Twitter, and I am on BitChute. So it's not just YouTube. I'm making several backup plans. So thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned, and I'll see you tomorrow.